don't hold your breath until you pass out, because then you'll miss all the fun.
Bad thing to do.
Because now we're showed up now.
J-Rod.
So you can breathe. Gerard?
Nick wore a green shirt today.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you got that future tech.
Yeah, I got this painted on my chest.
You got that future tech, dude. In battle, there are no equals.
Unmatched.
There's only the unmatched.
Forgot. One painted. I was like, oh, I like this shirt. That's right. I've worn this like on camera yet. Exactly.
Yeah. Now we see what we've done. How is everybody doing?
Mostly head and arms today.
A lot of head and a lot of arms as well.
Mostly
like
head
as
and
much
arms.
head as there are, there's that much arms.
Yeah, pretty much.
TZ Gardner up in here, by the way. We got Zanana.
Indeed.
We got Daggles. We got Slivers. We got Jay Rodriguez, hopefully breathing again. Although he hasn't said anything, so
he has not. He has not.
Worry
Maybe
that
because
you
he's like, I don't know if I see Nick.
Yeah.
Or not.
I see
There you
you.
Can everyone hear us okay and see us okay? YouTube, I always feel like is weird, so
Get tips.
I know everyone says they can't see. When I say see me okay, I understand from here to like here to here, you can't see me very well.
That part we know, but can you see the fact that he's invisible? Because if you can tell that, then we're doing our job.
Yeah, and also I got the nice green backsplash, the bounce off, because this is a green screen if you couldn't tell.
That's a green screen right there.
The Predator is it? The Predator.
They make that clicky sound.
Hey.
Pretty scary.
Can't keep escaping the chest there. I know, it's a big issue.
It's just disappearing on you, man. You're all arms, and just disappearing completely.
Yeah, it's a big issue. Yeah. But, you know, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you actually going to do?
Hope everyone's doing good. We're doing good. It's Thursday.
It is. That's crazy to me. Like,
yeah.
Like, I knew it was Thursday, but then what didn't sink in was that, like, oh, that means tomorrow's Friday. Because, like, you know, it's right before I left the office today, they were saying, like, yeah, so no, Fridays are kind of busy for you. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, but whatever. And they're like, oh, no, but because she's saying that because tomorrow might be busy for me because tomorrow is Friday. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's my last day of work before the trip. And it's like, shit.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Yeah, it's wild.
I couldn't be more excited, but I was like, how are we here?
We got Zen Banana Slug, Battle Creek, Jeremy Martin, B Whoop. What's up, everybody?
Edwards, doing Sierra. We'll do your teach and play of Sierra West in like 8 years when they start getting review copies out to our level people.
Yeah,
I get the heavy cardboard's got a little more reach, but skip it.
Heavy cardboard is slightly larger than us, just very slightly.
We're more fun.
Yeah,
watch our stuff. I mean, we don't do reviews, but
that's true. So they really have no reason.
And we usually teach games by people saying, "Nope, but it's this way." Yeah, the rules. I'm like,
exactly right. That's right.
Jay Rodriguez. Yes, we're going to Dice Tower Con next week. So.
Indeed, we'll be there. We're leaving on Monday. Then come back on Monday.
We're going to bring one of Britain's finest with us.
And a certain Brit will be coming back with us. B.O. said, remember back a few Kickstarter hearts ago, there's a game called Mammoth that had gorgeous art. I was wondering if you or anyone has seen the Kickstarter sold prints of its game. A Kickstarter that sold prints of its game? Yes. The only game that I know that sold prints of their games was Karmika. Because Karmika has insanely gorgeous art and other stuff, but it's mostly insanely gorgeous art and an okay game around it. But like they offered prints, and I think that's because they knew that they're like, the art in this is banger, and so they did sell prints, but it doesn't happen very often. I'm actually surprised there's not more publishers don't sell prints,
because it's like just people would buy that, and like,
dude, so many games could have prints of their work. Like every publisher should have.
Like a lot of them will do stuff as like promos and ad stuff, but I'm like, you should just have them.
Yeah, you should have them available.
Like a lot of unmatched stuff should like be.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, with Mondo, they actually might. Did you see Oliver's new posters?
Jacket stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
So
you're right. It might be with Mondo that you would have.
Yeah, they may actually. I
don't know if that always hits Kickstarter, but like.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I don't know. We should have more opportunities for it.
So we're heading on Monday.
We're going out Monday. Tuesday, we're hanging out, and then Wednesday is the con.
Indeed, Susanna, why did you retract your message? The question was: are we same day packers or period packers? I'm more like a day before packer. I don't have to pack too far before that.
No,
but I'll pack like the day before.
I have a packed bag before. What I think would stress me out.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just like,
because I always feel like if I don't want to do it like last minute, but I always feel like I'm gonna forget something if I do it too far in advance.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm usually a day of packer, but like early that day or the night before at the earliest. It's just to me because like that's when I'm going to be at my peak thinking about that trip.
Yeah.
And like okay, like this what I actually need because I'm actually going on it.
Yeah,
now.
and I feel like I would
more
miss
stuff if I did it earlier.
Yeah, I completely agree. So we're kind of last minute packers, but it's honestly for a reason, not just because we're like procrastinating. If we see you at Dinosaur.com, what tribute can we offer? A goat is preferable, but you know.
Well, what's a Floridian? What's a traditional Florida?
An alligator. An alligator's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alligator eggs.
I'll take an alligator.
Yeah.
I'll take an alligator.
A small one.
Do you have a direct flight? Do we have direct flight? Mm-hmm. We do. Oh, we do. Cool. I didn't know that. Do we have direct flight black?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sweet.
Yeah. Part of why we're flying out at like 4 p.m. and getting in at midnight and flying back at 6:30 a.m. Things like that. I'm pretty sure.
Well, because I damn near didn't get home because I had to stop somewhere. It sucks.
It's like more and more. It's not even like convenience because that is convenient, but we've had some like bad luck with changeovers and stuff recently, and I'm like, it's just we're gonna really end up in that. Luck. You got stuck, and now you're gonna spend the night in Dallas. I'm like,
the last number of times I've flown, it has been bad. I mean, I've had horrible luck. Yeah. What's up, cute little moon? Did Dice Throne have any print? I know they had an academic book. They should because their art's great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Early packing means I run out of clothes before trip. That's also one of the reasons I always tend to do like laundry the day before I pack because I'm always just like I want to make. I'm always petrified of like. There was one time we went on a trip with our mom to a national park and I didn't bring shirts.
That's right.
Like brought everything else. Did not bring
buy them
any
at like
shirts.
Gas stations and things. You get like all sorts of like the touristy shirts. Nick, we would just buy them. Every day.
I'd be like, all right, now we're in Wyoming. I guess we're gonna buy Nick a shirt, so he has another shirt to wear. And so like I'm very, very worried about forgetting something. So I always do laundry right before it. So I know I have a ton of clean socks, a ton of clean boxers, pants, shirts. Overpackers or underpackers? I'm overpacker.
I'm an overpacker.
Oh,
I used to think like, oh man, I'm like lean and mean. I'm like, no, I pack so much crap I don't need.
I bring really bad clothes for usually like double my trip.
Yeah, well we always think, especially going to Florida, it's like, yeah, well we should probably have like a suit.
Yeah, I should have at least one tux.
You're going to a board game convention in Florida. Like you don't even need pants.
I've been getting better at that. You know what? Here's the thing: is I really, really think conventions are the things that made me better about that because we have to severely underpack, knowing that we're gonna come back with games, and games take a lot of space, and so now I feel like I'm getting better at packing more like normally because I'm like I know I'm gonna need half this damn suitcase because even like in Origins I was like I'm probably gonna buy like 1 or 2 roll and writes and that's it, and I came back with like 5 games just because it happens, you know, and so it's like
the key is to pack the big bag. And then the small bag, the carry-on is your actual bag, and then you put it into a check bag.
Yeah.
And you fly Southwest,
or
which
for
we're
us,
not doing, but like, you know.
For us, what I do now, we have our big check bag, but one half of it has like a zip part that you can close, so I'll like fill my entire thing and leave the other half like completely empty. And then that's the other half for like other stuff. But like I had to bring back like 2 mats from Origins. I mean, I barely got everything back in my bag. Like,
it always ends up being more than you expect.
It's ridiculous. What's up, Nicholas? Way to share a name with me. Hell, everyone just got here. I am glad you were here.
So it says you wear underwear at cons?
Sometimes.
Yes, but I only wear underwear. I don't wear pants.
That's what it is.
Only wear underwear. So it's cool. Literally and like stylistically.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Steve said, I had games packed on Friday for last Sunday's game day. I feel like Steve's an early packer.
So you're an organized man.
Yeah, I think Steve's an early packer.
Like, you know what's going on in life. And we are, I'm just too chaotic, man.
Yeah.
Mike, for that.
What are our must-have at cons? Hand sanitizer? No, I don't sanitize my hands very much. Drink a
I don't coddle this
water.
Immune system.
Yeah. Drink a lot of water.
Leviosa, come on.
That's what'll keep you from getting sick, not hand sanitizer. Water. You're just giving around too many people. Like, you're going to touch people, it's what it is. So drink gallons of water. It's the only way. For me, it's chapstick. I get super dried out at cons. I think I'm talking so much. I always forget to bring chapstick, and then I always have to buy like a super expensive chapstick at a gift store somewhere. Had to do it at Origins. I had to do it every single con. So for me, chapstick. I have to have chapstick.
Word. I just need one of those the batteries for phones, those super batteries, which I don't even know where any are anymore. But
what? That is always useful. Why?
Because we end up like taking time lapses and doing
I guess
stuff,
point,
and then
yeah.
like I don't know, you just end up needing it.
Yeah.
Because they're also like you're a con. We have newer phones now, so it's not as much of an issue. But
Yeah.
you're pulling long days.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, our
You
new
might
phones
be at a
aren't
con
bad
for like
anymore.
15, 16 hours,
Yeah,
and then
that's
like
true.
you're on your phone through the day. It's like you're gonna go through your battery.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, water's the main thing. I never drink enough, but I'm always trying to do more.
Last year, Dice Tower Con, I drank they had water everywhere, which is
Most
super
cons
useful.
we've been to are like really good about the water, which is
Origins wasn't.
key. Really?
No, they had a couple water coolers around, but there's like 10,000
like
people there.
Strategicon's great. Dice
Yeah.
Tower West, formerly MeepleCon, was always
Yeah.
great. Dice Tower Con's really great.
I don't remember if
Especially 'cause you're in a
Origins is
hot-ass
good.
place.
Origins are so many people. I don't think they could even have it. Like drinking fountains for sure, but like not like
Because like Gen Con? Gen Con doesn't have anything.
that's what I'm
like
saying. Yeah, Gen Con.
You said Origins.
Oh, did I say Gen Con? Yeah, Gen Con.
It's a different beast.
Dice Tower Con, like, they have like ice water like
Yeah,
every 10 feet
nice.
basically. It's nice.
'Cause it is
So
more
that's the
manageable.
thing. Get a big water bottle and be pounding it. I mean, have to go to the bathroom every hour. That's at least for me the best way to keep myself from getting sick but I don't hand sanitize. I'm just like, I shake too many hands. I have to sanitize.
Not to
so
mention,
much.
like, you're playing board games that are, like, have bits and things that just get handled.
Yeah.
There is no avoiding it. I'm like, don't be like, don't not wash your hands the whole weekend. But I'm like, you know what? Look, I'm fine. I'm here. I lived through the 90s. I ate dirt as a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
you'll be fine. You
I'm
need
good.
germs. You
Need germs.
You need germs.
I don't want to, yeah. So
I'm not
I
trying
don't
to
know.
not have
Listen,
germs.
No digs on folks who do like a lot of hand sanitizer. I like
Yeah.
the smell of hand sanitizer. Just smell it.
I do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Traveling to Asia for business a lot in the early 2000s teaches you to underpack. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
Well, yeah,
Traveling
that's
anywhere
big.
overseas, you kidding me? Like, yeah, no way.
Dagley's going, yo, man. He says, I'm trying. I just appreciate you trying. Steve says, boxers or briefs. We've answered this many times. The key lies in the middle. Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs. Only way to go, ever.
It has
For
the
rest of my life.
coverage of a boxer that you want with the security of a brief.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's what it
like,
is. That's 100% what it is.
there is no, it is the best option.
Yeah.
There is no question about
no.
it.
There's no.
Like, you don't want to be loosey-goosey in some boxers. You crazy?
Yeah,
You
no.
don't feel good. You don't want to be in the briefs.
What's the even point of wearing them at that point?
Yeah.
Like, legitimately,
No
like,
point.
what's the point of
No
wearing?
point. Just
Free ball it.
Just free ball, dude.
Yeah.
Free bird. You
100%.
know?
At that point, like, what's the point of loose
Save yourself
boxers?
some laundry.
I don't get it. Yeah, save some water, people.
Brant up in here, by the
The problem is
way.
when I put my arms down, I'm really just ahead. Like if I don't do this,
That's pretty awesome, though.
I'm really just ahead.
I love it.
This is an issue.
I think it's perfect.
What's up, Brant? We
What
can
up,
see Brant,
Brant?
very soon.
Brant.
We're getting intimate with Brant.
Oh yeah, rooming it up.
So excited for seeing you next week. Yeah, Brant, we're pumped, dude. So pumped. Like, gosh, I'm excited.
Yeah, I cannot.
It's gonna be. We got the party hoose.
Oh, the cute little moon is Samaria
I know.
undercover, dude.
Samaria.
She blew her cover because we read it out loud, though.
Probably. Probably.
Whoops.
Drinking water is better than toilet problems. Yeah, you have to go to the bathroom. That's fine.
Drinking water leads to toilet problems? Here's the thing. If you're saying because you're going to have to get up a lot, that's also part of the good thing.
Yeah, you get to move.
You get to move around. I'm so glad I have this. You are going to see me do this a lot, about every hour. I'm going to start standing up and walking around the table and looking crazy because I'm like, it reminds you not to sit.
You can't see me
all of the
shimmying,
blood just pools in your legs.
but I'm shimmying.
You know,
It's hard to shimmy when you don't have shoulders. You can see like the
just a
decal
little
on my
bit of
chest
seismic
is
activity in the
weirdly
middle.
jiggling a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm shimmying.
Oh, he's real shimmying.
Steve
Steve says thongs on my feet, flip flops. I'll flip flop
or
it.
otherwise, why not?
Yeah. I mean, not
Teach
for me.
their own.
I'm good with that, but no disrespect for anyone that does.
You never
I hear
danced.
they're very comfortable. I never danced.
You never danced. So when are you going to get that Boxer Brief sponsor? I'll take a Hanes sponsorship.
Bro,
Kidding me?
Give me just a piece of that humongous company. Just a sliver.
I'll take a Hanes. Hey, are you kidding me? I'll stream in Boxers.
Hell yeah.
If I got a sponsorship from Hanes, hell yeah, I would.
All damn day.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
do squats all day so my legs look really good in those boxers.
Yeah.
Because it's just some. Here's the thing: we're not in a position to turn down any money offers. If it's like got money attached, now
Yeah.
you got to wear this or do that. Well, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we looking forward to playing at Dice Tower Con, Brent? You've been asking about this.
No idea. I never go into it. I know we're playing Millennium Blades with Slivers, so I'll say that. Other than that, I know like we'll probably
It's
try and
hard
play
to-
Viticulture with Matthew. Although Matthew's coming here, so it's not nearly as like, oh, we need to make sure we play this.
I want to play Trajan. I want him to teach me Trajan specifically.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing.
What's the thing? What's going to be the thing? What's your prediction for what's going to be the thing at the con? What's going to be the game at the con?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is it still
what was
going
the
to be
game at the con
Wingspan?
last year, you would say?
I have no idea.
So, yeah, I don't know. Wingspan, maybe.
What was that? I don't remember seeing anything in particular. I remember seeing like certain hot games, like Reef was on the hot games table, and Coinbro was out, and I was like, "Ooh, that looks neat." But in terms of like what I saw people playing, it's probably like Terraforming Mars still, like the classic. The things you expect.
There'll be 10 games Terraforming Mars.
There will be more Terraforming Mars than inside than anything else.
How it always is. Still, it's crazy how you go to any con and there's like a dozen tables playing Terraforming Mars. All these, and that game is crazy.
It gets play. It gets play.
Yeah,
and why not?
Other than that, I always whenever we go into cons, we're always like, we're gonna play this, and we play maybe a third of what we were planning on playing.
I don't even really bother.
So that's the thing. I don't go into being like, oh, I can't wait to play this, because I'm like, I probably won't get to, just because you're like, oh, we have like 5 days that will go by so fast. Not to mention we have like stuff we gotta do. We're trying to hang out with people,
So like Friday won't even be at the con that much. Wednesday we're doing live stream. Saturday we have a show. All these things. I'm like, dude, the con is already gone.
It's gone, dude. Gone.
It's gone.
So
gone.
Root last year, Root was probably the hotter game. Root's still hot, man.
Was it out by Dice Tower Con though? Was it out and about at that time?
I think some people had it because it was a Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
Because it was released at Gen Con, it was like a month later, so I think some people had it, yeah.
Okay, then yeah. I just don't remember seeing it that much there. Because I remember when we did our Gen Con preview, Sprack Now and Slivers were really interested in Root, and I had no idea what it was.
I think I'd heard of it,
When we started clicking on it, but I was like, oh, this is the #1 in the hotness. I was like, what is this game? But that was after Dice Tower Con, so it didn't hit my awareness until after, but that's not anything to go off of because I'm very out of the loop.
Giant Azul. Yeah, Giant Azul is...
Giant Azul
still don't get it.
Giant Azul is a... I don't even want to say disappointment. It's just... It's worse than that.
It's the worst.
It's an absolute...
I don't get it. I love Azul. I just don't get Giant Azul.
Well, at that price point when it's like, oh, it said this big, it's this big now. And I'm like, okay. I thought it was going to be like 1 foot by 1 foot tiles.
Like actual tiles.
It's like this $300 thing for like, it's basically like 4 tiles in one. I'm like, are you high? Like for this game? What are you talking about? Like, pass. Hard pass. Giant Azul is amazing? No way. It's not even giant. It's like big-ish. Slightly harder to handle. I thought it was gonna be humongous.
Yeah, well, a lot of times those giant games, they are. Like when they be like Giant King of Tokyo, it's huge. I think I was expecting that. Yeah.
I want like fat pieces. I don't want it to be even reasonable to play. I want it to be difficult. Like you had to use teams of
just like a pulley system.
Hard laborers. Yeah, that's what I want.
That'd be fair.
And Jeremy's never played Terraform Mars. Get out of the stream! That's all right.
You should play it. It's fun.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good game. I like it. It's great. It's ranked. It's in my top 10 games.
I love it. I think it was mine.
It's a great game.
What was it on mine?
It's a great game.
No, mine was like in the 30s for me. Yeah, but I think it's gone higher again. No, because I think when we did that ranking, I had like 3 or 4 games where I'd gotten hosed by card draws. I mean, absolutely hosed, and it really sullied it for me.
It is a problem in that game.
And the last number of times we played, I've had much better games, and so it's climbed back up for me.
Slivers has canceled some Kickstarter pledges.
Good, there's too many right now.
It's because he gave us the money, man.
That's true.
And he's like, oh crap, I can't do this. What did you cancel? What is hurting you the most, Slivers? And how can we help fix it?
Curious of what that game toppers is at right now.
Oh yeah, let's check it.
I checked it earlier.
Whoa! Now you put the white on there. It's breaking the magic of your shirt.
Wow.
What?
That's a big difference.
Because there's a lot of white.
Curious
what
it's probably
close
to 200 grand. Yeah, 180.
180 grand. 180 goddamn grand. There you go. Congratulations, Slivers. You did it. Slivers, we're very proud of you.
I'm proud.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna see. I guess we're gonna do. We're gonna do. By the way, speaking of Sunday and Kickstarters and stuff, we are gonna do a Kickstarter Let Heart, but it's going to be earlier than normal. We don't quite know what time, and it will probably be shorter than normal. Because
it's gonna be tough because there's so much stuff on this Kickstarter. Like,
I know, yeah, we're gonna burn through as much as we can, of course, but it's not gonna be at the normal time, if nothing else. So just stay tuned for sure info on that. But anyway,
yeah, I mean, it's
canceled Thunderstone quests and expansions, Thunderstone quest expansions and Elders of Eldervale or Elders of Flippendale.
Yeah, that's okay.
Chippendale.
There's like Madara's out, Game Toppers, the role player expansion. Those two. There's like a couple more too, I think. Like, yeah, it's crazy right now on Kickstarter. It's bananas the amount of stuff that's out.
There's a lot going on out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just summer.
It's about that time.
It's summertime. Summertime, you know, it's games release, everything, you know, it's just like, it's just what it is, you know?
It's that time. I'm super excited to just start to see, like, what starts coming out as we start to get this flurry of games.
I mean,
it's a fun time.
I feel it's already starting to kind of like, oh.
Yeah, well, because Isle of Cats, like, it's starting on Kickstarter. Like, there's a number of things that are pretty interesting on Kickstarter right now, and that's going to lead into many releases over the next...
Dungeon Drop, 3
months,
and that's the thing is the fervor kind of starts on Kickstarter, and then people the stuff starts coming out for Gen Con releases, and then that's like hype for like a minute, and then eventually a couple months later it'll go into SN, it'll boom up again, and it just gets so crazy. Like,
it's real nuts.
Yeah.
Zen Banana Slug says, just order your new Let Heart shirt. Rad, the Pride shirt. Thank you for that, by the way. And how did we choose the charity? We knew we wanted it to be a charity aimed at...
Except for now I'm white. Now I'm rainbow.
Oh, because you're on the screen, man.
This shirt
Vanilla Heart
right here.
We knew we wanted. I mean, it's for Pride Month, so it was going to go to an LGBTQ charity. But then we were thinking about it. It's like I really want it to also be something focused on kids, for kids, because like we both value kids a lot, and like I work in informal education, and so I was like and they're pretty historically vulnerable people who are trying to figure out their life. So I was like, let's find one that's like aimed at LGBTQ youth.
Yep.
That's how we landed on Glisten. And we started looking into them, saw how they were rated and stuff like that. And that was the main thing. It's just like, I want it to be for young folk.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, we were pumped.
Yeah. So asked Nick what he thought. We both agreed. It seemed like a good one. And
yeah, totally. Yeah, it's he found it, and it was his idea ultimately, and it was I made the design.
You did all the art. I did the logistics on the other end.
How it goes, you know.
But I mean, the one
Mike's the ideas guy generally, you know, and he's like, hey, we should do this. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
And I'm like, how do we do that thing? And you're
then I go, you're like, tight. That's why we work together.
Yeah. It's like, that's amazing.
Yeah, honestly, that's
you told
why
me
we're a good team for that reason.
Hex roller dang.
Yeah.
Inside a box. What game is this?
I'll wear it at your Gen Con meetup. Cool. Fun.
Right.
I know.
We should wear it at our Gen Con meetup too.
We should. I want to get on a bro tank.
Yeah.
Bad. We're like it. It's I'm not sure how many. So we've raised like $120, I think, or so for
super freaking.
It's been really good. It's been really great.
Which is pretty amazing because like just the reality of Redbubble, it's like
we don't make
you can set prices to increase or decrease your profit margins, but we want them to be affordable, and they're generally start off on the expensive-ish side. So each one is only worth like $5 or $6, I guess $6. Is the cut that we get to go to charity.
The shirt they're buying, but
so we've already raised like over $100, which means we've sold like 20 odd shirts.
Yeah,
which is like a significant amount.
It really has been. It's been a decent amount. And especially if you're just buying like a normal shirt, like not one of the tri-blend shirts, not a hoodie or anything like that. Right. It's our profit margin's like $5.50, maybe $6 on each shirt. Like we don't make a lot on the shirts at all because we could make more, but we'd have to charge you more, and we're just we're not going to. Like we're not expecting to make like a lot of money on the shirts. So
rather y'all have like cool stuff to wear.
So, Daigle said last year we talked about the too much threshold. Do you think it's getting closer? Like just too much stuff coming out? I think we're
are we there?
Past the point of too much stuff coming out. But here's the thing: I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think it's just the way things go. Like eventually, it gets to the point where there's so many things coming out.
Is it a bubble?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's people are saying, oh, it's a bubble, bubbles about to pop, bubbles about to pop. I don't really think so. I just think it's going to end up like other industries where there's so many movies that come out. There's so many video games that come out. There's so many books that come out. Some rise to the top, most don't. That's your industry growing. I honestly think it's just what it is.
Like I think it'll be that you hope... The cool thing is, I think that we're a bit insulated in this industry because, like, there are some big companies that own a lot of smaller companies and stuff. But, like, because Kickstarter exists and stuff, it is possible for smaller companies to, like, still get out there and get it done themselves.
Yeah, totally.
So it's, like, not completely...
It's still easier than the vast majority of industries out there.
Totally.
For small
so, like, that makes me feel good that, like, it's not that everything's just gonna get bought up, and it's gonna be impossible to do it if you're not part of that big system. And then outside of that, I like the fact that there is so much competition because you really have to do something special for people to like.
Okay,
really
games aren't acceptable
love
anymore.
it, and I'm okay with games not being acceptable.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay
because
with that.
like this is a luxury hobby.
Yeah.
No one needs any board games. No one needs them to live, right? We all want them to live. I don't want to live a life that doesn't have board games in it, but like I will survive.
Yeah.
So it's like and we're spending money and stuff, and like it better be good.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's like bad art. It's just like you said, a month or so ago, it's not acceptable.
It's not
Stuff like that, it's like it's not acceptable anymore.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting more and more with all this competition. I think the audience is also getting they're expressing their desires and demands more.
Yeah.
Like what I expect out of a board game, which is like ultimately for the good, I think.
And it's also one of those things like if a game like people are like these games aren't doing as well as they should. Yeah, but like they're still selling at least a certain amount of copies. The copies are still out there. It's one of those things where it's like you can still get the games. It's just you have to find them, and that's fine. It's how many movies become cult movies or movies go to the radar, and then like a while later people are like, no, this is actually really really good. Like.
Yeah, I think we'll start to see
the
some
cream
of that.
rises to the top. Not always, but
I think we'll start to see some of that where it's like, dude, how have you not played this game? And then it might get this like build and it's like an interesting thing.
But I think we place way too much emphasis that like, the older games are way better. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think they are not as good, and I think that because we think fondly of that, it's like I think. Friends is a great show. You look back, you're like, it's really not. It's not. But like, it's nostalgic for me, so I like it.
It was good for the time it came out, and like really did much.
Yeah.
You watch back now, and you're like, oh, this has some pretty like hokey, jokey writing.
Yeah, it's like not. It's so.
And then also stuff is just like,
dude, don't touch me. I'm a dude. I like chicks. You're just like, okay, calm down, bro. Yeah, it's like, but that's just what it is. Like, I think there's so much, like, it's only good if it came from the, like, early 2000s. I'm like, get out of here. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. That doesn't mean there's no good games from there, but I'm like, you're talking about it's always better? Like, false.
Yeah.
Totally false. Dago says, did you see Prince Harry talking about if his kids were gay? I did not. I imagine he's like, that'd be cool. That's a tricky thing if you're a royal, because it's like, you can't just say anything, or at least historically. Hopefully now they're like, we're going to get to be that way, because, it's like, ooh.
Peter said, Kickstarter recently added some new guidelines. Specifically, don't use photorealistic renderings anywhere within your project. Do not show your project packaging if it hasn't been produced yet. Seems like it could have been a big impact on board game Kickstarters. That seems...
I understand why they're saying that, because they're like, you can have like a really cool like looking mini and stuff, but it's a rendering. But there's no guarantee that like the final product is going to look anything like that.
Yeah, I guess. But at the same time, like, how is that not just advertising? Like, you ever seen a Big Mac and get a real Big Mac and have it be anywhere near the size of the Big Mac on the TV? I agree. On a commercial?
I think it's like you don't want to...
I think that's silly, personally.
...do stuff to deliberately...
There's false advertising for sure. There definitely is some. But at the same time, like, a lot of times they don't have those pieces yet.
Yeah.
And they only have them in digital form.
They don't have the money to make
so
these
it's
things.
Like,
so that's an interesting one.
I hope that's not going to affect board games very much.
I get how people land on that decision, but I'm curious also like how strictly they're going to police all that.
Probably not much.
And everything, because like you are trying to sell people on the game.
Yeah.
So without lying, it's an interesting one.
Yeah. What has been your favorite gaming piece we've 3D printed so far?
Ooh, real quick. Favorite... The tornado you did, I know it's like the new thing we can watch today. The tornado was so cool. Because you really put a lot of, like... I like that you showed the process of, like, we looked at this one tornado, then switched to this one, and had these different things, and then added the sand and the wash. Like, that was super cool.
That's the first time we've, like, painted.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, that was cool, and I love the chunkifaction of the chits for Quack's equipment.
Yeah, my favorite's probably still Wingspan. Was the first one, because now I've played with Wingspan a few times since we had it, and it's just like it's so nice to have. I mean, they're just cubes. They ultimately, they're not any different, but it's like
it's fun to have little birds.
Oh man, yeah, I like them. I just like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably my favorite. Honestly, the card trays for I really like everything we've printed. The card trays for Welcome to are great
because I played that a bit. I've been showing some of the Venturian folks out here, and like those card trays make life pretty good.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
About that one, yeah.
The plates for everything we've done has been awesome. Oh, I like the paddocks though. Maybe the paddocks. For Dinosaur Island.
We've only played that like once since.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to. See, you just said the pens. Yeah, the paddocks in Dinosaur Island they're fun, and that was like the first like big project we had to do as well. And that was.
And that one mixes a really good blend, like you said, of like they look amazing and they're super functional.
Yes.
It's like sometimes things are more functional, like the card trays. They're not really sexy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes things like are really sexy, like the tornado, but not really functional. Like it doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do much.
And someone did make the points like, doesn't it kind of get in the way when you're doing the sand tiles? I'm like, it does. It totally does. I don't care.
But to me, it's worth it. Yeah, because it's like it's cool.
But it's like it's not a functional piece.
It's slightly harder
like the
to
pens with like the two-tone and stuff. Like I think is probably the best work we've done.
Yeah, the two-tone.
And by we, I mean you, because you like did all this like testing to figure out how to make that work, and like it was really worth doing, I think, because it looks super sick, you know.
If you haven't checked out the 3D printing video today, check it out, because we got Octo print.
Damn time lapses,
so now we're gonna have dope time lapses in it, and they're just incredibly satisfying to watch. The time lapses. I gotta find like good lighting. I gotta find. I'm still tweaking with stuff, but yeah, it's just it's just so cool. There's a channel that I follow called Wild Rose Builds, and this dude literally just makes like dope 3D printed time lapses, and it's just like they're just so sad. He just prints a bunch of random stuff.
Does he try to print stuff with like no supports? Because wouldn't that be?
Yeah, well, he does everything. He prints with no supports, and you can tell sometimes you're like, yeah, you probably should have support there. But that's something that you are limited.
Like
you're not limited with time lapses to something no supports, but it looks
behind or something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but it just looks cooler if you have no supports. But it's one of those things where I'm like, it still looks cool, but I'm also not gonna like try and print something with no supports and like potentially ruin the print because of it. You know, for me, it's just not worth it.
Just try to do as few as possible, maybe type thing.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's fun. And I don't know I don't think Scott Bowles is here.
Oh, Daigle says, can you turn off the green screen for my kids to understand what happens with a t-shirt?
Yes, indeed. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Do you want to see what's really going on in this room? We're not really in the mountains.
Where we're sitting?
That's where we're sitting. That's where we are.
It's not even the same green. It's just like
it's not. But this one picks up a wide range of greens, whereas like the Logitech is much more discerning.
So when we're streaming, this is how it looks for us. It's very boring. It's just it looks like this.
Board games behind that.
There's board games behind this
curtain.
But then when we do this, boom.
Now we're here.
Now we're good.
There you go. And that's how that works. Peter Newman brings a good point. Does it bother you that 3D printed stuff is so light?
Yes.
It's never as heavy.
I was like, want to put like rocks in it, stuff out there.
Like we have this bust of Gandalf that is
so
like
light.
Maybe a quarter of a pound.
And particularly, like, I tend to print stuff really light because I hate infill. Infill is like the crisscross print. Well, it's not. It's necessary, but it just weighs so much plastic, and
it's very tough and robust on its own.
Yes, and so like I tend to use very little infill, but the thing is, then you make it really light, and so it's really. With something like the paddocks, they're fine because there's no real infill in the paddocks. Yeah. It's mostly just all because it's just they're small. But yes, it throws you off harshly when you have like a big bust of something and it's like a third of a pound, maybe. I mean, it's very, very odd. It's a very weird concept.
We got Emilio! Hi! Here says, hey bros, just married my gluten-free girlfriend, GFGF, that's what that stands for. Currently on our honeymoon in Portugal, my gluten-free wife vowed that she would learn the rules to half of my board games. Any tips for holding her to that promise? First of all, you don't let her know actually how many board games you have.
That's true.
Whatever your actual number is, you cut that in half and you say, all you gotta learn is this many. And you're like, oh, you know what? I found one more in the closet.
Weird.
I found one more.
My thing is, get a divorce lawyer now. Not because she's not going to do it.
Prenup it.
But you let her know.
Prenup. Post-nup.
Yeah, you let her know.
Post-nup on
the annulment is happening.
And, okay, how to get her to hold it to it?
I honestly don't know. I don't.
You
don't even try.
You just understand this. You understand that she said, I'm going to commit to you for life, and I am planning to learn these things over the next, like, 70 years.
Yeah, years. Yeah.
And you already got tricked, and you're here now, and just love her for her.
Yeah.
Gluten-free and all.
Just trying,
And make her play a bunch of bread games. Or don't do that. Don't actually do that.
Yeah.
Except for Gingerbread House, which is really fun.
It's a great game. I almost suggest we play that tonight. But But then I was like, nah. I would not try and hold her too hard to it.
Steve asked a really good question, and he started riding a bike home. So remind me when he comes back in here to ask and answer that question.
Okay.
Because it was really good.
Okay.
Congratulations, by the way. And how the heck is Portugal?
Yeah.
Now that our hee-haws are out of the way. Play a Ohio. Dude!
Portugal.
Or just go to one of these.
Play Azul. Portugal.
Go to Portuguese block party, as I call it.
Portuguese, that's what it is.
I'm assuming this is on every street.
Indeed.
This kind of craziness where people playing on Tetris blocks and barbecuing lots of fish. Apparently, lots of fish dishes.
Yes, apparently.
And then bands playing giant saxophones.
That place, yes. Playing some berry sax. TZ said, I love the tornado video. It was awesome to see the whole process of printing to painting.
I watched the whole thing because I got transfixed by it all.
Yeah.
So cool.
It was cool. Yeah, it was fun to paint. 3D printing stuff's kind of weird and hard to paint because unless you paint with a really high resolution, it's not the smoothest thing, and it's really easy to see all the lines of all the different layers. So
yeah, what's your
be heavy-handed because then the paint will smooth it out. But with with the tornado, it didn't really matter as much because I was purposely I was like, I'm not gonna take a bunch of time on this because it's just a tornado. It doesn't need to be really clean looking. Yeah. It actually is better if it's not really clean looking. So I was really going for it. But that's one thing, people like print minis and then paint them, and it's just like, to me, like, I don't know. I'm a little worried that the 3D printiness of it will show.
Yeah.
Through.
It's not perfect for that because like even if you're on a pretty high resolution, like it is layer, so it's like,
and especially because most minis can be like this, but if you're putting a big mini, like David has all these STL files, these massive minis, big minis, binnies. Those ones will be fine because they're so big. Like the bust of Gandalf looks really nice because it's so big. You know, the fact that, but like when you take that same resolution and make it this big, it's a big difference. And so it's one of those things like it's kind of weird, but like ultimately it's fine. You just kind of have to be. You have to use paint. Your paint layers have to be thicker than they would be on a normal mini. What's your question, Mikey?
If you were to do, like, Gandalf, how long did Gandalf take?
16 hours, I think.
16 hours. A pretty big bust. Like, yay.
Yeah, he's probably like this big.
Right? If you did 100% fill, how long would that take?
I can find out. A long time.
I'm curious.
I'll
just hear a guess. Yeah, because I'm like,
people, Mikey.
If it's 16 hours to do something that's fairly hollow, pretty damn hollow.
Yes.
It has to take, like, it might still be printing. Beaboop says the scientist Murphs are better than Professor's Murph. Ooh, I like that new channel. And Dago's kid's saying, What? It's
pretty wild, right?
Green screen's pretty crazy.
It's wild.
Like, it's fun. It's cool. Just like, you know, as we're sitting here, we can see ourselves, and like it's so cool because like, yeah, it's just fun. We're in Delaware. What games have we played that you liked a ton at first but decided it wasn't your thing anymore, whether it be outplayed or found a flaw or something of that sort? Let's see. There have been... So we always call it like coolers, like games that you kind of cool on significantly.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to think of like... We've been fairly lucky in that like most everything that we've bought and brought in here has like not had too much of that. I'm trying to think of one that we played and kind of restored a little bit last night. Was we had played we had this thing where we were at the board game cafe a while back, and we ran out of time ultimately, but we started playing Manhattan Project Energy Empire, worker placement and stuff, and it's like a cool system, and so like we only got to play like half this game.
Yeah. And
when that night ended, as we were walking away, I was just like, dude, that might be one of the best games I've ever played. And I was like, whoa, I was like so stuck on like, oh my god, it was so cool, this and this and this and this. And then like we came back a couple weeks later and I was like, we gotta play it, we gotta play a full game. And then we played that second game, and then by the end of the game I was like, oh, it's not as cool as I thought it was.
Yeah.
And it is fine, it is a good game, and like we were playing it 2 players both time, which I just think is not the ideal count for that.
No, it's definitely not.
And then we played it 3-player last night. It's like, oh, this is better than I thought. You know, but like that was one where I was just like, that was like such a just a specific one that I remember like being like, oh my god, oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of I feel like I have one of these in my head because this question kind of comes up fairly often. I'm like trying to think of what I had one in my head, and I can't remember what the heck it is right now.
Yeah. What are some out there for you folks? Because There's been ones like there's been like one that we now haven't played, and I think it's just like you can't play very often. We got Gingerbread House over the holidays, and so we were traveling when we bought it up in Sacramento. So it was like one of the few games we had, and it was super fun, and we played a bunch of it. Yeah. And now it's not that I don't like playing it, but it's just like I can only ever play it every few months because I'm like we played a lot of it, and I'm like okay, I'm good. I don't need to play that. Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
This is like another one like that for me is like Barren Park. It's because it's so light and stuff. You've played it a few times, but now I'm super excited. There's an expansion coming for it because I'm like, ooh, you're gonna give me something a little bit new for this now.
It's. Gosh, I have a damn example of this, and I can't remember what the heck it is.
A big one, and this is like because we've done so much of it, is like Legendary. Like if I never played Legendary again, I'd be fine. Because we played so much of it, and we've gotten so much experience.
I'll tell you that one. Yes, I agree. If I never play Legendary again, I'd honestly be okay.
We've been all in it, and every time we do play it, I really like it. It's really fun. But I'm like, man, we played a ton of that. Another one, and this was a weird one, is Scythe. I just don't foresee that getting played very often. Moving forward in life, like we had the opportunity to like finally do Rise of Fenris last night. I'm kind of like,
do it. I know.
I want to do something else.
I know. I was kind of like, this is our one chance. I know. This is our one chance to actually play this game.
Yeah, well, we're gonna start playing games on Fridays, and we're gonna be able to do longer days.
That's true. That's
so
true.
Yeah, but yeah, so there's been things like that where it's like not been bad at all. But I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not in a rush anymore for it.
No.
That answers a question very long.
Okay, Mikey, let's figure this out. So with Gandalf at 5% fill, it says 14 hours. It took. This is always a liar. I always add at least 2 hours onto what it says.
5% fill is 14 hours. So you're going to
100% fill.
Do that. That's gonna be 20 times more.
Slicing that. It'll be more.
It's just gonna slice and say no.
A long time.
Don't do that. What costs the most for 3D printing? The filament?
No. I guess once the printer.
Well, it's $300. That's a one-time deal.
But the filament, I mean, eventually the filament, yes.
Filament is a good deal because, like, we bought this, like, pack of how many things?
6 days, 19 hours, and 3 minutes. So probably add at least...
So a week. It'll take a week.
Let's go ahead and say a week. Now, I mean, this would be so ridiculous to print, dude.
I know, you should never, but I was just thinking, like...
it would take you
able to survive that?
Yeah. People print longer stuff than that, dude.
For longer than a week, and it doesn't stop printing?
Probably.
It doesn't explode?
I mean, it's definitely not good for it.
Oh my god.
You'd probably have to stop multiple times to fix it, but
no.
Probably not. It'd probably be fine.
Thanks for looking at that. Yeah. But the filament's actually pretty affordable. Like, you can get a roll for like $20, and like that roll will last you some time.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Is like we finally just ran out of the black roll that we bought.
The first ever we bought?
The first ever one.
And we've printed a lot of things.
We've printed a lot of things. And now that roll, like a good roll of filament, it's not even like the low end bottom stuff. A good roll of filament for a 1 kilogram roll is $20. That, don't get me wrong, if I'm printing Gandalf every day,
yeah,
that's a lot. But for the most part, you're printing smallish stuff. It is incredible. Like we calculated it more or less for Quacks and Quinlanburg, which was 220 pieces. It was maybe $6 a filament. Total. I mean, it is incredibly.
It's a good value.
Affordable.
The literally the most expensive component of it all is time.
Yes, that's what it is. That's really what it is.
It takes a lot of time.
That's the thing. And then if you're running your printer all day, every day, if you have multiple printers, your power bill will go up. But as far as I know, it's not been too bad. But that's the thing is what it is it's time. Time is where the money is. Because even something simple takes, that little tornado took 2 to 3 hours. It is not a fast process, which is fine.
The most expensive currency in that is patience.
Yes, patience and tinkering. Yeah, exactly. That's 100%.
You gotta be down to tinker. It's a tinkerer's hobby.
Once you have the printer, 3D printing is cheap. It's really cheap. Again, unless you're printing giant stuff. But even then, it's cheap. Like say we try to buy a bus like that. Maybe slightly better quality, but say the same quality in a store somewhere.
Get that for $6.
It'd be $20-$30, and we probably spent like $5 in filament on it. Yeah. Like it's like
pretty cool.
It's so cheap. Like,
I mean, and the cool thing is like you could get into a printer like we have and get like a box of multiple color filaments for like under $500. You could have filament for the foreseeable future and a printer
Yeah, we spent less than that when we first
like,
started out.
And
yeah.
like that's pretty cool that you can like really tinker for about as long as you're interested to do it in for that much money. I'm like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
In terms of hobbies, there's a lot more expensive hobbies out there.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different kinds of filaments expensive. You can get like wood filament. It's like wood pulp, and you can stain it. So you print with it, and then you can like stain it like wood. It's bananas. It's bananas. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of stuff, and so then those can get kind of expensive. If you're looking for just straight PLA plastic, it's cheap. It's cheap. For me, Mysterium was really fun the first couple times. Now I see the flaw game it is. I actually agree. I like playing Mysterium really casually.
Yes.
I have no interest in playing like the actual game, like the way we play Mysterium on stream. I love it. Yeah. And otherwise, nah, I'm cool.
Because it's basically a party game that is dressed up a little bit more.
Well, for me,
like if you treat it super serious.
Yeah.
I'm like,
for me, it's because one person plays half the game.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Half the entire game, and they can't even speak. And it's like, it's a good game. I like it a lot, but it's kind of odd.
Ed Ferris, what it do?
What's up, Ed Ferris? Ed Ferris is the one who helped us fix our printer.
Yeah.
How is your printer working? I haven't heard from you, so I assume it's great. Yes, it's been great. We haven't had any problems. We just got Octoprint, which is super cool.
Real sweet.
Since the fix, it has not. I still want to do that. Hey, Scott Bowles is here.
Hey.
Scott Bowles is the one
to help our printing game.
Talk about the printing people.
Hey, Scott Bowles, you see them time lapses that Nick put out there? Dying. Who do we have
Bowles is the one who got us our Octoprint, the beautiful boluses.
You got to hang at Origins. You were hanging.
Yeah, we got to hang out a fair amount. It was very cool. It was very awesome.
Small birds equal like 10 cents. Talking about for the wingspan birds.
Cheap.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you can get a full retinue,
especially once you get to the point where
$2.
Now we have a bunch of different color filaments. So when we made the birds for other people, we just print them out in the color of filaments. We didn't have to paint them, and it was super easy.
Now we can do one type of bird that's like the simplest one, and just do different filaments and crank those things out in no time flat. Yeah, we can make armies of them. Yeah, there's other people that do it, and so we're not going to do it. But it's like we could.
Points we could. Yeah, I want to print our stuff. I don't want to print stuff for other people. Yeah. I don't mind doing occasional things, but yeah. What brand of filament do you guys order? My printer's on the way, and I'm trying to decide. We use the main for like our big black roll that we have, and I want to get gray. I'm probably just gonna buy David's gray because his printer sent his printer back. We use Hatchbox. Hatchbox is a good middle of the road stuff.
Get it on Amazon.
We got a big color pack. It was on sale on Amazon. It starts with an A. I can't remember what it's called, but we've had very good success with both Hatchbox and that one.
A bunch of different colors, and they're all like half-kilogram rolls. But like, you're not going to use all those weird colors every day.
The only one I've used the most is white because I built Minas Tirith and then Gandalf. So but I want to get a big white roll, big white, big gray, big black, and then a bunch of small colors. So look at Hatchbox. Hatchbox is good. It's $20 for a kilogram roll. You know, some people have been like, "Oh, this sucks." It's it depends on the roll you get. Yeah. I know some people like to do an acetone vapor bath to smooth ABS, but don't know the result on a mini. We don't print ABS because ABS isn't. It's not biodegradable. Whereas PLA is, so if PLA gets thrown on the ground, it'll just
you do end up with extra plastic.
You do, yeah. So you can just kind of trash on the big deal. And ABS on top of that, you have to print at much higher temperatures, and it's from what I've heard, much harder to deal with. So we don't print in ABS. Someone said when you prime the mini, it'll get rid of some of the lines. It does, but you have to prime it pretty heady to get rid of the lines, and then you're losing detail. And that's my worry is then you're losing detail. And so I have not done anything to smooth out minis. You have something called ironing you can do, but that wouldn't work for like minis. Have you seen those liquid 3D printers that trade quality for speed? No, but that seems wild.
Scott Bolt's I still have my first roll of black filament from a few months ago. I print really small stuff.
Yeah, so do we. We just finished ours.
You're not gonna go through it unless you're just doing like huge prints all the time, like big things. You're just not going to go through it very fast. And even if you're going through big things, like it's like you still have some white, you said, or have you gone through
some? I
haven't printed some big things.
Yeah, totally.
You still have some. That's a half.
That's a half kilogram roll, exactly.
So it's like,
and the good thing is in Cura, when you open up Cura and you slice something, it'll tell you roughly how much it's going to use.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can know like, oh, this is going to use like a third of this roll or whatever. Like, oh, I wish I saw this. I'm curious of how much filament that Gandalf would have used. It would have been
Yeah.
large. It would have been a large amount.
Stereolithography 3D printers would be whoop.
That's wild.
How does that work? I'm gonna look that up.
I've heard pretty good things about the Amazon Basics PLA. I haven't tried it.
Or $19 for a kilogram spool. And Hatchbox is about the same price, so it's like,
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
The cool thing is the amount of cool stuff on Thingiverse. Just awesome how open it is. I love the community of Thingiverse.
And like everyone you reach out to is like super like, yeah, make a video about it.
Yeah.
Cool. And they're like, I'm thinking about changing this. Like, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
like, you know.
it's super cool. I mean, it's just so everyone is like so cool. It's just a cool community. Like, hey, I made this, print it out at home. Like, it's just, and there are some people who like charge for their stuff, but like. But even then, I'm not against that because trust me, it's hard to make anything, to design anything. Yeah. So, so crowds are loving up. Thanks, Arcade Ed. Yeah, Octoprint is pretty darn cool. Zen said, is the filament recyclable? And Scott Bowles said, and I've seen this too, said, I've seen machines that recycle filament, but they're real expensive. There are ways to do it, but
it's melt it back down again?
Yeah, I think you can cut it up into like tiny little bits. You put it like through like some kind of chopper or whatever, and then I think it like melts it all down again and then somehow forms it into a string again.
But was that the question, or is it just like, oh, can you throw it in the recycling bin? And
I'm not sure what it is.
Be in the ocean. That's what I took from it.
Both are, yes. PLA filament is biodegradable,
cool.
Which is why we use it. And it's cheaper than ABS too. So I'm like, it's cheaper and biodegradable? Like, I'm down.
And ABS is also toxic when it melts. It's a lot of stuff you got to deal with there.
Yeah, ABS is not great. But ABS is stronger. That's the thing. Or it's stronger and it's more pliable, so like it's not as rigid, so it breaks less and it's stronger. But like,
well, the flex is what makes it strong.
Exactly. But to me, I'm like, whatever, just print a new one if something breaks. It's just not that hard.
And Scott Bull says, looks like you got a USB webcam working.
I did.
You got one of our razors, it looks like.
Keep me to write your email back. Yeah, I actually figured it out before you sent the email. I had to do a whole bunch of stuff to it, but we got the thing up and working. It's pretty dope.
It's the dopest though.
The channel 3D printed tabletop focuses specifically on printing D&D minis and shares settings and tips. Cool channel. I've been meaning to check them out. I keep forgetting to.
Hey, we got a new Patreon.
We got a new Patreon.
Jonathan Foster. Is Jonathan Foster in here?
Yeah, John Foster, whoever you are, thank you.
Thank you if you're here.
This is our, we haven't even mentioned it. We've had that's why I love Q&As. We're just sitting here chatting.
Jay Frost? I'm not going to give everyone's information.
Hey. Nonetheless, this is our Patreon live Q&A. So this was one of our goals that we unlocked on our Patreon to do a monthly live Q&A. So that's what this is.
That's what we're doing. We're here.
So we're doing that. So thank you for everyone who supports our Patreon. If you don't worry about it. If you can, we'd love the support. But if you don't have the money, don't worry about it. Well, stuff's always gonna be free. But thank you for that Patreon. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And the Patreon link is in the link in the description if you are curious. And while you're not, everyone give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up are awesome. Thumbs up help. Trying to get in that algorithm. Look at you. Central perk, everybody.
Look at that.
Phony Head Nick, I wore a green shirt today, forgetting that, we sit in front of green screens. Because then if I'm like this, I really have I have nothing but a head.
It's like, well, got this guy here. What's up, damn nerd?
All right, Arcade Ed, we'll see you later, bro.
Later. We'll hit you up.
Zen said, I'm glad it's biodegradable. I might look into it. It's fun. It's a fun hobby. It's a really fun hobby. Really, really fun. Yeah, it's a good time. I really enjoy doing it. I really enjoy tinkering around. I really just enjoy just going on Thingiverse and just looking up weird stuff and just being like,
so make something like this.
My two main things are printing Lord of the Rings stuff and printing Pokemon. I really like printing Pokemon. There's just a bunch of weird Pokemon.
Your Gengar is super cool.
Yeah, Gengar. I'm just like, it's more stuff for our shelves. We gotta do our shelves.
Yeah.
Forgot about those.
One of these years.
Yeah.
Once life slows down a hair.
Yeah.
Dave Phillips says, I'm happy to report that I too am biodegradable.
You're the best fertilizer
I'll be turned into a tree.
Yeah, is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
That's what you want if you die tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll be turned into a frisbee.
Sick. 3D print me, dude. That's so cool. Cynthia Walker up in here. Giant disheveled Nick.
Oh, I should just
upgraded.
I should turn the shirt around backwards and do giant disheveled Nick like this.
Floating head Nick, yeah.
Yeah, just. That's
a good idea.
That's actually not a bad idea. I've been wanting to get one of those big morph suits.
Yeah.
Just so we can stream as just heads, no arms. But although, again, once you see the down cam, that's not on a green screen. But maybe we're playing Wits and Wagers or something like that.
We're going to find a way.
We can maybe do it. We can maybe do it.
Find a way. I just want to be able to do like illusions, and all of a sudden there's stuff there. Like, how do I get there?
I just turn a card over. The problem is any card has any green on it, it kind of loses its effect. But
Battlegrease says, what printer are we looking at next?
None. I'm very happy with my Enter 3.
We don't allow that to enter our brain because I'm like, I'm sure there will be a day where it happens, but I'm like,
oh yeah.
It's so low on the list of priorities.
I'll have to have our Enter 3 for 3, 4, 5, whatever, how long. By that point, the next that'll be multi-generations of printers. Our card will be so much better than the one we have. I'm not looking at anything now because mine works. It's great. So I'm waiting for a couple of years, and it's going to be freaking lit. They're going to be cheaper. They're going to be... they make us... Oh, it says ass. They make us...
The other one's like, kill 2 birds, 1 stone. It's like, you said kill.
Yeah. Well, I guess people could be like, kill yourself, and so that's probably what it is.
And yet... Trump is Jesus.
Trump is Jesus.
Right through, no problems.
Like, Trump is Jesus.
Yeah, you're pretty discerning, little bot.
But yeah, so that's. I have no interest in looking at other printers anytime soon. I would like to use ours for a couple of years and then get a new printer eventually, and then those printers will probably be dope. Because even the last couple of years, printers have grown so much and gotten so much cheaper. In the next few more years, it's gonna be nuts. Yeah. The amount of stuff you can do with printers. I mean, it'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. Steve Will says, not going to lie, I'm actually really excited about a community that helps out so much. Octoprint, cameras, games, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the board game hobby in general, I think, is like pretty darn generous and stuff. And then we happen to be surrounded by some of the most generous folks within that who, like, help us. Like, Arcade Ed helped Nick, like, solder the Ender 3 back to life. Yeah. Like, taught him how to solder, worked it out. And Scott Bolus, like, made, as you saw in the video, like, whole instructions that only we could understand because it's like so clearly labeled and all that stuff just like out of a desire to be nice and cool, and you're like, that's and like bought the Raspberry Pi for us and stuff. Like that was a piece of it.
It's not $1 million, but it's not.
No, it's not cheap.
Yeah, it's like
like saying like, hey, I just like what you guys do, and I want to help support that and get more.
That's literally what saves the world. That kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
People connections like that.
It's like I feel like there's a lot of that in the board gaming hobby. I've seen that a lot around of just people being super generous, and again, like we happen to be beneficiaries of a lot of that generosity, and that's part of like why we doing the shirt thing and stuff like that. So we want to find opportunities to give something back to some other people because people have like done so much for us. You got to try to balance the scale somehow.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Vanessa said, hi, Rose Murph. I enjoyed meeting Nick, at Origins. I enjoyed meeting you, too. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I got to meet a ton of people at Origins.
Who didn't you meet at Origins?
There's a lot of people there. You should have gone, man. You should have quit your job, dude. Yeah, thank you for saying hi. Yeah, it was Origins was cool. Origins was a fun con. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Next year. It's going down next year.
I'm sure this has been asked, but can you paint 3D prints, or does it not take that well? I painted the one... Yeah, I painted the one I did today on our channel. That one I painted. Yeah, you can. You just have to prime it like you do any mini. Otherwise, the plastic is smooth enough where the paint will chip off pretty easily.
Yeah.
But as long as you prime it, like you do any mini, it's fine. It's just plastic, at that point. Because at that point, you're painting on top of the primer paint. And so, really, you can paint on anything at that point. So it's really not that big a thing. But you totally can. All right, people, well, we are at the hour mark. We got to get ready for our Twitch stream. If you're enjoying watching us live, head over to Twitch. We're going to be playing The Bloody Inn, which was a Patreon. We did a Patreon poll of what should we play this week that we haven't played in a while. We haven't played Bloody Inn in a while. This one, pretty resoundingly. And then after that, we're going to play Hex Roller with the chat. So... we'll be tweeting out a picture of the Hex Roller sheet so you can print it out at home or input it into your computer or whatever. And we're going to play Hex Roller all together. We'll teach you on stream how to play it. And then that is going to be it. So that's going to be over on twitch.tv/thebrothersmurph. It's probably in the description as well. Mike is frozen.
I'm being me.
Huh?
I'm being me.
Oh, you're being you? No, other way. Except for my hair's so much longer now.
True.
But yes, that's what we're doing. Thank you all again so much for being here. Thank you for our patrons who made this live Q&A.
Thank you.
Who met the goal so we could start doing this live Q&A. We love y'all. You're all just the best. Watch videos. Thumbs up. Support,
Thumbs them up.
Share, all
Come
stuff.
on down.
You all know what you're doing.
Ooh, going to miss Stardew Valley hang hell yeah, board game, man. Come on down.
Cool. I was playing Stardew Valley earlier today. It was great. I gotta play it on stream. I haven't had a chance to yet.
Yeah, you gotta
do it. Gotta do it,
man. You're further on that version of the game than I am. You're like almost through the first.
Well, not on that version. Yeah, it's like you're. Yeah.
But we're gonna reset for this right now, and then come on down to Twitch.
Indeed.
Come hang out. Just start chatting now.
Get over there. We'll be there in 15 minutes. All right.
No one's stopping you. Just go over there.
All right, everybody. I love you all so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
All righty.
We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Is it done? Are we off?
What?
I don't think we're off yet.
Happening.